not only talking about the spread of Buddhism, but I think spread of Indian culture, and to that aspect, the spread of humanism. You know, Nalanda is a basic center. Related with Buddhism, definitely it was a great center, and we find from the records of Master Xuanzang, who visited this place in 7th century, talks about the grandeur of this wonderful university, a center of learning, where, as per his records, 10,000 monks were studying here. And the place was, in such a harmony, and his record says that the actual site, was almost 16 square kilometers, but what we have now at the moment, the excavated site is only 1.6 kilometer. So, a lot of Nalanda is yet to be found. But as Nalanda, we find that there had been lot of interaction even in the ancient time with the other regions far off, up to China, Tibet, Korea, and Turkey, or you can see in this side also, and the Far East also, Southeast Asian countries. So there had been a lot of impact of the Nalanda culture on these regions, and as a result, a lot of people came here, and a lot of acharyas or the teachers went out to different countries, for spreading Buddhism and Indian culture.
Nalanda, I understand, was more belong to the Mahayana tradition because when you look at the spread of Mahavihara tradition. Now, is there any connection between the two?
We find, Nalanda, yes, definitely devoted to the Mahayana, but the studies of the Theravada was also very much prevalent, and not only, we had a lot of other, fields and other subjects which were taught here. They say that subjects like astronomy, even alchemy was known to the people. They knew the art of, and we had a lot of images connected with bronze images. It was also a center of metallurgy, we can say. So yes, the dominance, or you can say this Mahayana was a main this thing, but there were other subjects, and Theravada was also there. So if we take it in totality, it was a center connected with Dhamma, we can say. And the words of the Buddha were both the pariyatti and the patipatti, the theory and the practice was very much there. And as a result, the Pativedan, which is the experiential part, was also emphasized. And what I feel that it was mainly because of this person like Venerable Xuanzang traveled, he came down and traveled 12,000 kilometers, coming to this place. Although he was ordained to Buddhism, but still, he was something was lacking, and that's why he came here. So the practice part was also, very much emphasized here. So yes, we can say it was a center of Mahayana, but Theravada, the early tradition, was also strongly taught here, because Nalanda had been very vibrant from the time of Buddha also. It is said that Buddha gave about 10 discourses here, which is there recorded in Pali.
Are there any records of any relationship between the Mahavihara tradition in Sri Lanka? Because I understand that started earlier than Nalanda.
There must be, definitely, because there had been exchanges, and that is the best part, and that's how the whole Dhamma and the Buddha's teaching spread, all over the world. So naturally, there must have been some exchanges, because besides, we have from the time of Asoka itself, we find that exchanges started, and monks coming from Sri Lanka to India had been very prevalent. And even in the recent time, we see the Mahabodhi, with coming up with the Mahabodhi, how Sri Lanka helped in this reviving, coming up of the whole Buddha's teaching, this is very clearly seen. So there must have been definitely exchanges, and in that way we can very much see that even the traders at that time played such an important role, because along with them they took monks also, and that's how we see the teaching of the Buddha going to different parts of the world, and from that point of view, if you see, the northeast India also played a very important role, because it worked like a gateway of taking the Dhamma to Swarna Bhumi, as it is mentioned during the time of Buddha. And exchanges are definitely, that's how the whole process of evolution, and we can say spread of the teaching of Buddha took place.
Mahavihara concept historically was a monastic concept where monks, when monks became teachers, lay people also made. Now this is a bit different to what it was those days, isn't it? How do you?
As a tradition, we are keeping up the tradition, but the words of the Buddha is for all. It is for the suffering people, and not only suffering people, but for the whole humanity, So, in our university here also, we have a lot of monk students from Southeast Asian countries who are residing here. It is partly residential. We give accommodation to these monks, who are here, but teaching have to be shared with everyone. So this is an institute fully funded by Government of India, Department of Culture, Government of India. So where we are trying to keep up the tradition, reviving the old values, but it is open to all. And one of the important thing is we are emphasizing on both the theory and the practice, and also the experience, and that's how the whole tradition is coming up. In that way we are only devoted to the studies of Buddhism, Pali and Buddhism, the Buddhist studies. That's the main thrust area in this university. We don't have other subjects like commerce and science and all that. So our whole emphasis is on the teaching of the Buddha. About this memorial, I would like to say that this whole project started in 1957, when we received the relics of the Master Xuanzang, along with some endowment and some scriptures, Chinese Buddhist texts, which are there in our manuscript library. Role in spreading the Dhamma to Far East, especially to China, to Korea, to Japan. So, and also from the other point of view, Xuanzang, we can say he worked as an archaeologist, because he helped us in finding out the ancient Nalanda University, because if his records were not there, maybe we would not have known the Nalanda University as we know it today. And that area we are trying to develop as a cultural village also, where we would like to develop a art component, art village, performing art village, and also a meditation center devoted to the practice of Vipassana. So we would like that people who come here should know the vibrant nature of Nalanda, and which is based on the practice. So Patipada, or the practice, that was the most, that was the we can say the most important aspect of the teaching of Buddha, and also a subject, or we can say that the thrust area for Nalanda, for the world peace, for the world culture, to unite and work out, because Nalanda symbolizes knowledge. If Nalang means the lotus, which is a symbol of knowledge, and Da means to give, so a place where knowledge is given, wisdom is given. So I think knowledge and wisdom is the most important thing if we have to live in harmony, peace. If we should have knowledge so that we can share with everyone, and everyone lives in peace and harmony. That is the ulterior motive of Nalanda.